speaker coming in, Mr. Carter, and it evolved into him coming once a week, twice a month over last semester, and it became a connection between him and the students, and then it became a tool for myself to access the students' inner voices. Because as an English teacher, I'm constantly trying to get them to connect with their writer's voice and who they are and express their stories. And so often they say, I don't have anything to say, I don't have a story to tell. And somehow having Mr. Carter come in with the Inspiration 52, his poetry reached them and opened them up to say, yeah, I have a story too. And that's basically what it is. It's a relationship and a tool to have them access their stories by listening to his poetry and his stories and what he has to say through his poetry.
Obviously, the kids are moved and touched by some, and that's evident in some of the poems that we've heard here this morning. You have a real personal relationship with your students, which is unmatched in any place I've seen. What goes through your mind and your heart and your spirit, as you deal with these kids in conjunction with the poetry and the expressions that they're giving?
That's a deep question. That's big. I basically have to stop myself from all the chaos that surrounds us, all of the testing, all of the pressure, all the bells ringing, just the daily chaos that the kids experience in their lives and that we experience in our daily lives, and just look at them and just look at this person and be with this person one-on-one and talk to them about their story, about what they have to say. And these kids are my heroes. When I hear their stories and I listen to their writing and I speak with them and connect with them, they're my heroes. They keep me going every day. And no matter what happens in the world or with the education system or with their lives, they just keep me motivated through their stories. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and what do you say? I mean, and they write about life experiences and those type of things, and I'm sure you've heard quite a bit.
Yes.
How does it feel when you start seeing some of these stories?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, sometimes I'll know a kid for years, but not get to the story, not really get to their core, and suddenly they'll open up. Because it can take years. I do a lot of journal writing with them, a lot of just stream of consciousness, say what's on your mind, just whatever comes out, let it out. No one's going to judge you in your journals. That's your private place to express yourself. They can even put do not read at the top if they don't want it to be read. But suddenly they'll open up and really get to the depth of who they are or something that's happened to them or what's going on. And it can be hard, but it's enlightening, because that's the next step for them to move on and to deal with it, and to figure out what to do with that and to inspire them into their lives. And part of Inspiration 52, somehow those poems act as sort of that bridge to help them get there. That's the beauty of it, because I've been struggling for years. I've been teaching for 13 years. And having Mr. Carter come in and share his poetry, it gets them over that hump. It's sort of a bridge, a connection to feel safe, to express their stories as well.
And then finally, there was a young lady, we listened to her poem, and it dealt with a miscarriage of all things that she had while in high school. The poem was great, but what moved me most is you said that you went through that period of time with her.
Yes. When she discovered she was pregnant, she wrote about it in her journal, and then I followed up and spoke with her about it, and I helped, hook her up with a psychiatric social worker to figure out what to do. But really, she had decided, and she was going to move forth with the pregnancy and become a single mom, and she's such a smart girl, and it just broke my heart, because I knew, she had made her decision, but I had such high hopes for her and her future, and I respected her choice, and I supported her. And then as she had miscarried and she didn't come to school for weeks and weeks, then she came back and opened up again and told me about it, and I didn't even know she had been writing about it. So sometimes you don't even know the effect. And she had been feeling safe and journaling about it beforehand, and then clearly she dealt with it afterwards through her poetry. So I know that we gave her a tool to help her deal with life and with problems and with positive things. We gave her a tool. I can see that, and to me, that's such a huge, huge reward. I mean, I'm sorry for her pain. I'm sorry for what she had to go through, but she's become a stronger person for it, and clearly she has a tool. She has her writing now that she can always have that to deal with her problems and with her life.
I'm trying to let you go, but there's just so many things that impress me about you. What's your personal motivation? You could take this and and get your paycheck and go wherever it is you go, but what's your personal motivation to really connect with these children?
To be honest, I don't know. I came to this school for my interview 13 years ago, and I fell in love with these kids. And I can't imagine doing anything else. I just look at them. They're my heroes. I can't wait to get here every day and see what's going to happen today. What adventures are we going to go through together? I talk about them all the time. My friends get crazy because I'm always talking about my students. And I think part of my motivation, well, I can answer that actually. My motivation is to help them to figure out who they really are. And to go out into their lives and realize they can do anything they want. They can be anyone they want. And even it's going to take extra work. And I'm really honest with them that they're starting from behind. I'm really honest about that. I say, I'm just a white girl. What do I know? I'm just a white girl from Santa Monica. What do I know? I'm real honest about it. But I know that they have to work extra hard. They're coming from behind, but they can do it. And I talk to them about being the victim or the victor. Oh, life is hard and I'm in this situation. Or are you going to turn it around and say, I'm going to make something of my life no matter what it takes? And to me, I just love watching that over and over and over, to see someone like Prince or Whitney who overcomes their obstacles and makes their life into something amazing. I just believe in life, and I believe it should be amazing for everybody. And I want to help these kids figure that out for themselves, because only you can change your own destiny. And that's my motivation every day, to help them to see that, to believe it, to leave here and know that that's true, and that it may be hard. There's going to be a lot of hard times, but they need to just keep going and believe that.